And I went to my church and I told them what had happened. And I said, you can leave me if you want to, but I'm asking you to give me 1 year to prove my point. That there is only one God, and that Muhammad is the messenger of God. I didn't need to prove to them I was a good preacher, teacher. I've been doing that all my life. They said, how are you going to do that? We're not reading the Quran. I said, from the Bible. I'm not going to go too much time, but I'm going to tell you the thing that really did it for me. The Bible tells us that a book was going to come to the earth from God himself. The Bible tells us that. The Bible tells us that the book would be a stumbling block in Zion for many. The book tells us that there was going to be a conversation that was going to take place between a deity and a human being. Jesus, peace be upon him, has been misunderstood to be the prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18, prophesied by Musa. How could he be when Jesus was more than a prophet? He is the Messiah. Make your mind up. Is he the Messiah or is he just a prophet? Because if he's the Messiah, then there's one more prophet that would come. Malachi tells us in Malachi in the last chapter that this prophet would come just before the ending of the world, that would bring a religion that would last until the end of the world. How could it be Christianity when Zephaniah said that the prophet that brings this message would cause the world to come together in one consent, sanctifying the name of God, calling upon God in one consent. That means, and he said, of a pure language, of one pure language. There is only one religion on the earth that requires you to learn one language to pray. I went to the church, we dragged the read of the gospel. I said, if you had really read the message of Jesus Christ, you'd have been Muslims. Nobody was convinced. We dragged the read. It took me 1 year and 2 months to drag the read. Then I had to drag the Old Testament. That means go through it from the lineage of Ishmael. We all know Isaac. We're Christians. Let's do Ishmael. He had 2 sons. What happened to the other son? Where are the 12 princes that were promised from Ishmael? Where are they? Oh, they've been gone apparently. We missed the boat. This is shocking news, because we Christians think we know it all. You're going to tell me that the princes have come and gone and we didn't know nothing about it, and the Muslims are there having fun with all this? No wonder they don't want to talk to us. They realize we missed the boat. I said to Brother Isa, Paran is a bunch of caves. It's different from the other mountains. He said Muhammad got his message in the cave. I said, I know that, but I need to bring it proof. I need hard proof. When did this conversation take place? And what was said? Isaiah 29, I'm not going to go into all of the different scriptures, I'm just going to borrow this one to show you the turning point. Isaiah 29 and Sister Dwanda, she has the copies of Muhammad in the Bible. If you need a printout, you can get it. For the Lord has poured out upon you the spirit of a deep sleep. That means the church they were spiritually lost. And it's closed your eyes. The people didn't know where they were going. And your prophets and your rulers, their eyes are closed and your seers are covered. The church was dead. So that means that the time that this prophet was supposed to come, the church was in dissension. It was a dark age. Now if you do your history, you will see that in Europe and everywhere else, yes, the church was very much in a dark age. And the visions of all have become unto you as the words of a book. Ha! I found the book. The book is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read in the name of your Lord. I pray thee, read. But he said, I cannot read. This is the conversation. This is Isaiah. The brother there is looking like he wants to know what that is. That's Isaiah 29. I'm reading from the 10th verse. They said, I cannot read. It is sealed, I cannot read. Then the angel said, read this, I pray thee, in the name of thy Lord. And he said, I cannot read. And the book then was delivered to a man saying, read, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot read, I am not learned. I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of Bible stuff, because I'm not doing a Bible class. I'm just trying to give a breakdown of what happened. The evidence was overwhelming. Very much overwhelming. I went to the church. As I was getting it, I brought it to the church. And the church, they had a choice. They could stick with me or they could leave. I told the church, if you leave me, I will join a mosque. I'm sure somebody will take me, because I want to make paradise. I'm not going across that bridge of Surat with my book in my left hand from behind. You know, knowledge is power. When I heard you can get it in your right hand and make it, or your left hand and die, I was convinced. Because if you love God and you don't want to perish, you will submit. I found the prostrations right there in Genesis, where Abraham introduced the prostrations all the way through all the prophets of the Bible, some of them not even mentioned in the Quran, because the Quran said he only gave them some. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee, behold, I have blessed him, I will make him fruitful, and will multiply him. This is the baby of Hagar, Hajar. Alright? I will make him fruitful and multiply him exceedingly. And 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him from these 12 princes a great nation. So we're looking for 12 princes to go with our 12 tribes, our 12 apostles, our 12 disciples, our 12 candlesticks, and our 12s and our 12s. Without the 12, it wasn't going to stick. I've got to bring a 12. If it's Islam is the correct religion, and if Muhammad, salawat, is the messenger of God,